Hello and welcome to the morning, everyone. We are back in Minecraft Terrafirmacraft today, continuing off where we left our kilns running overnight. So obviously not much gameplay I can show you, but we just run around avoiding the monsters and waiting for these things to fire up. And let's go ahead and go over some of these items. We got our large vessel, and this is a chest that can hold a 3x3 slot, or it can store liquids as well. If you break it, you can carry around when it's empty. You can also toss it on to your back here, like so. And this will, if there's items inside, you have to carry it on your back. And I think that's a pretty cool gameplay mechanic. You can't have it on your hotbar. And if you put it on your hotbar, you'll be forced to stop. In fact, I can show you guys that real quick. So let's just throw a goldenrod in here. Now, it doesn't make sense with this, but it would make sense for like lumber and things. You also have to seal it. Go ahead and pick it up, and you can see it went straight onto our back. It did not go into our inventory at all. And if I open my inventory and put it down here, you'll see at the bottom there, we're just overburdened. So we cannot move while carrying this around when it is sealed with items inside. Ooh, close up on my face. Beautiful. Let's unseal it. We can go ahead and take that out. We don't really need that. If it rains, it'll fill that up with water automatically. And then also, I believe, yes, you can use it to gather a whole bunch of water at once. It will automatically seal it, and you'll have to carry it on your back. But you can carry pretty much a portable water source. If you're going a long distance, say through a desert, you can use this to your advantage. Now, some other items that we went ahead and fired. This is our ceramic jug that we made. The ceramic jug just holds water. So it's a much more efficient way of drinking. We also have this ceramic vessel, which is a 2x2 slot inventory and also used for smelting some things. Our ceramic molds here, these are used for capturing the molten metal out of the vessels so that you can use them later. So what we're going to be doing here is quickly making some more molds, because that's going to be important. We're actually going to need probably 4 more here. There we go. And let's go ahead and fire this up, I guess. So let's see, let's do straw. This way, this will just be running for the rest of the episode, and I don't have to worry about it once I get it going here. Perfect. So that will go for a little while, and in the meantime, what I want to do is go ahead and gather some lumber, some thatch, and start working on our hut. So you guys know, gathering lumber in this game is a little bit more tedious than, say, normal Minecraft. But also slightly faster in different ways. So cutting down the whole tree at once is great, but beyond just using the logs and kind of the firewood stacks, there's no other use for these until we get the saw. And we can't have a saw until the Copper Age. So until now, it's going to be very rustic buildings. It's going to be very hovel-like, and I like that look anyways. I think it's a good look for this game. And it also fits the theme of, Stone Age, Ceramic Age that we're currently in. So we'll chop these down. Now, normally I would be carrying around ladders. And what the ladders would do would be allow me to climb up these taller trees and really get at these branches and, collect sticks from them, and then also these saplings, because the saplings, of course, will allow me to replant and refurbish our wood supply a lot easier. So again, these trees are very great for lumber early on, and you'll notice that the saplings are pretty rare on them just because of how great they are. Now, there are some trees in the game that are very large, like red sequoia trees and things, and these you cannot replant. You cut them down, they're gone for good. So as great as they are for firewood and things like that, they are a rare resource. Okay, so we have some lumber, we have some wood to work with, we also have some thatch. I can probably go ahead and make 2 more knives and quickly... let's see. Apparently if I hold control, I just zoom in. I'm so used to Minecraft past 1.8 that it should automatically sprint by tapping control. It looks like we have a berry bush over here. That's pretty good. We'll relocate this over to our base, but it's a strawberry bush. And these are great food sources. Only one though. Usually they kind of come in bundles of a couple, but this ravined area that we're in could be causing some issues with how those are spawning. But I'm glad it's daytime. We might be able to find some food sources, and these strawberry batches might suffice for a little while. We do need to start worrying about a farm. Yeah, a farm would be great. Okay, so more thatch. There we go. And thatch you can turn into a block. It is a non-collidable block though, and so we're going to be using this for roof pieces more so than anything, just to make it look a little bit nicer. Here's our hot springs localized. I know you guys also wanted to know what coordinates we are at with this seed that we generated last episode. And instead of making a comment, I'm going to go ahead and just tell you guys where our base is located. We are currently located at 1960 on the X, and then negative 13,598 on the Z. So if you can find those two coordinates, you should be pretty much looking at our little lake. And hopefully you guys can get there from wherever you may be. May even cheat. If you guys want to just start at that location, that would work fine as well. Let's look around for anything we might find useful to mark down on the terrain. So, you know, you're always scavenging the surface here for food, for, you know, supplies, ore. You know, it's a good way to scavenge for ore is to go around, harvest your, you know, thatch and everything. And you need a lot of this stuff because you're going to be firing kilns a lot, and they take about 10 or so pieces every time you do so, and that can add up over time. Let's eat this strawberry real quick and see how much this is going to give us. Not a whole lot, but enough to keep on trucking on as we look for more food. There's some deer here, which are pretty good food sources. There's some other bushes. Now these aren't ready for picking. These are elderberry, but these elderberry bushes, I don't know when they become ripe, but we can go ahead and bring these along. And some carrots. Great, good food source here. This will give us some good starting seeds as well. And as you harvest these, even just these wild ones, you're increasing your skills. So if we look at our skills tab, you can see my agriculture is increasing a little bit, and butchering has increased a little bit from killing that pig a while ago. What kind of wood is this? This is, I think this is one of my favorite wood types next to the other one. So if I got my dark wood and my light wood next to each other, I think we'll be set going forward here. I think this is hickory. Oh, it is. I love hickory logs. They burn very hot. They burn for a decent amount of time. And they also have this very dark, kind of brownish red color to them. So they're very beautiful. Keep that in mind. Gotta go for some aesthetic. We'll just carry some more carrots around. I don't really want to worry too much about letting them go old though, so we won't pick them all. We'll just leave some. Okay, back to base. And we'll build up our small hut. Especially since it's becoming nighttime and I'm a little out in the open at this point. Am I lost? I don't think so. I think this is where we found the strawberries. My sense of direction, I'm fairly confident in Minecraft. Generally, I kind of know where I'm going. Oh, yep, over here. This is where I need to go. Perfect. Ow. Careful, don't want to break a leg. In a survival situation, that would be terrible. Time also does pass in chunks that you're not loaded in. So if you're waiting for something to happen, then don't fret. It will happen as soon as you come back. The chunk will update, and the timestamp will essentially update with it. So there we go. It is becoming nighttime, which is not generally the best time to build. But we don't have any other choice. You know, we're just going to go ahead and build this basic little hut here. So let's lay down some Douglas fir. Should we, I guess a 3x3 will suffice initially here. So we'll take the pillars up to a height of 3. This is getting pretty dark. I even have the brightness turned up, but we are using that extra lighting, and oh wow, that's dark. Okay, let's give us some light here. There we go. Looks like some of our torches burned out as well, which is not great. But for the time being, we just lay some more down. Boy, super spooky out there. Kind of lucking out that we're not getting any monster spawns. But I don't want to venture too far for fear of aggroing something that I wouldn't want to deal with right now. Alright, quickly build up the 3rd level there. And then what you can do to get cobblestone early on, you can actually use the rocks on the ground, and this is going to give you cobblestone to work with. And what are the rocks in the localized area? I don't want to mess up too many colors. I'm pretty sure this is limestone. Yeah, so it looks like the foundation of our little hut here is going to be limestone, and we'll just take this all the way across as a base. The cobblestone is physics enabled. Where are all the monsters? Oh, I see some way out there. You guys probably can't due to the lighting situation. If you carry around a torch, you actually carry the light with you. You can see this is actually lighting up as we go. So I'm going to constantly carry this around so you guys can at least see 2 inches in front of me. About as far as I can, really. It's all this low light. Now I will try in editing to brighten this section up of the video. But we're basically just having to go around, pick up some rocks. Instead of playing the game pick up sticks, we're just playing the game pick up rock right now. Oh! Okay, so we gained some friends. They're just zombies, though. I'm not necessarily worried about them, to be honest. Zombies in Minecraft are easy to deal with. These things, though, they have a lot of HP. I don't really have a good weapon to dispatch them with at a good pace for you guys, so we're just gonna kite them around and keep on picking up rocks here. Quickly craft these into limestone, cobblestone. These guys will spawn. If you level up in Terrafirmacraft, you actually gain increased HP. You also gain some increased damage, I believe. Okay, so that's it for the foundation, and we'll use, I guess, these logs as our 2nd tier. And after that, we can just seal it all in using the full log version. These things are getting a little annoying and a little too close for comfort. As long as I have 1 torch around, I'm okay. Back off. Was kind of hoping that would light them on fire. That would have been pretty cool. Punch someone with a torch. Okay, so these logs are directional placement. Just like that. Oh no. Okay. You know what? We're going to go ahead and run away and come back during the day when we know this whole area is going to be safe. Okay, we are back in the morning. Obviously, all the baddies are gone currently. Right now, we have a doorway, 2 side windows, no back window. Obviously, I want to try and keep one side relatively safer than the other 2. And also, I don't know. I don't think a window fit there. I think maybe having a little chimney eventually would look rather nice. What I'm going to do now is essentially just seal off the top here with a proper beam using the logs. And this is really kind of a waste of timber, but early on you can't really be picky with these type of things. You just have to get a whole lot of stuff placed so that you're able to actually get on with it. And I'm doing this wrong. There we go. Okay, so we're back up on the roof, and the best thing here would be to use some more of those wooden kind of fire planks. And I think we're just going to go with a standard thatched structure here. So let's go ahead and turn our current straw into blocks, just like so. Okay, and you can see we are sinking inside of it. Now to place blocks on top of this, because these lower ones are technically inventory, so if you just right click on them, they do open up. You gotta hold shift. Kind of a common theme with this mod in general though. There we go, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of gnat. I don't know. It looks a little janky right now, but again, this is our temporary shelter, which will probably get downgraded to a shed eventually. We do have our blackberry, kind of elderberry. I think there were elderberry bushes planted to the side now. And you can see how much straw we needed. I mean, going through again, we're already out of it, just trying to do the roof. What kind of flower is this? It's Calendula. Okay. Never heard of it before. This game has a lot of educational potential in the fact that a lot of the stuff in here is very real. Stuff you would find in the real world. Okay, and the last bit of thatch. Just like that, we can now go ahead and take this stuff down. Very standard stuff. Alright, perfect. That's what I wanted to see. So we have our little home. Now, problem being, of course, is that we don't have a door. Now, a temporary door, you can use this thatch because it does block line of sight. If I'm inside of here, the monsters cannot see me to come in to get me. So that's something to consider. And, you know, it's almost like a straw door. So you just kind of part it to the side when you go in. And it generally works for the most part. The only monster that we'll probably deal with is the spider. And the spider, of course, will climb up on the roof and fall through the thatch right on top of our head. So that is something to be wary of, nonetheless. And what I want to do to finish off today's episode, we did build our little shelter, which is great, is quickly run over here. Because what we have over in this direction, I keep trying to sprint using control, that doesn't work, Uthris. God dang. Okay, is this copper. If you can see, we can only access what's on the surface right now. But this is a decent amount of copper here. And I'm going to go ahead and mark this. And generally you mark ores and interesting things by using just a cobblestone block. Sometimes I'll even just leave one near that cobblestone so I remember exactly what it is. So we'll just go around quickly and gather up this copper, because next episode we'll start trying to get into the copper age. Go ahead and mark this way too, so I have a good bearing as to which direction this vein is going. Because these surface ores do spawn pretty much directly above veins. And so if they kind of go for a little ways, you can kind of get a good idea for where that location of them are. Ooh, it's raining. Oh, that's a nice weather effect with the lighting engine and everything. Very peaceful and wow. Sometimes Minecraft still can be very beautiful, you know, even with a simple lighting adjustment. So we'll head over here. Now I think this will end up putting out our torches in the long run, which is not great, but we can relight them next episode. So we're gonna go ahead and just take shelter for the rest of the day, and next episode we'll move out of the Stone Age, and I'll see you guys in the Copper Age. If you guys enjoyed this episode of Minecraft, feel free to subscribe to my channel for more creative goodness. Go ahead and hit that like button. Our roof might be leaking. Whatever. And go ahead and check out my other videos if you feel like it. So, till then, I'll see y'all next time.